So for those of you who don't know, SHAC is the Student Housing Action Co-operative. It's also the Student Housing Action Collective and the Student Housing Action Campaign. So today, the university said that they would like us to voluntarily leave this property by 5 PM. And that's the reason why we rallied you all here, to show your support.
In the event of the eviction of Student Housing Action Collective from the premises and the absence of the university providing a substantial amount of student-run, affordable, cooperative housing as outlined in the S.H.A.C proposal, members of unions affiliated with Trades Hall will call an urgent meeting to give consideration to further action. For us, S.H.A.C is an example of the sorts of alternative structures, the participatory democratic structures that we need if we are to survive.
If we've learned nothing else from this campaign so far, is that direct action is one fantastic way of making people stand up and take notice. We've got a situation here in Australia at the moment where most students are forced to work whilst they're studying full-time. Mostly they're forced to work in the low-paid industries of fast food, hospitality, retail and call centres. And these are the industries that are mostly at the moment exploiting people, in particular by paying below the minimum wage. We see the role that Unite's playing in exposing dodgy employers like 7-Eleven as closely linked to the role that S.H.A.C is playing here in Carlton of highlighting the issue of housing affordability, and we stand side by side with your struggle, and we're very proud to be invited to speak here today.
From the very beginning of the campaign, and in fact since well before this campaign has kicked off, there's been efforts, very strong and very serious ongoing efforts to reach out to many different sectors in the community and to speak to different people in the community about how this issue is relevant to them. So about 6 months before students moved into the Faraday Street premises, some of the same students who were involved with the Keppel Street project and some younger students started to develop a plan, and this was so there was months and months of research, of consulting with students, of finding out what are some of the acute housing problems, speaking with the housing officers at the different universities, speaking with the student rights officers at the different universities, and finding out what are the real kind of problems and how are they affecting people and how can we go about solving them. When students moved into this premises on the 20th of August this year, not only did the students go straight to the media because of course people had to know what was going on, but this was such a serious thing that not only did we go instantly to the media, but we instantly went to the University Council with a very detailed proposal about how this project could work, about how student-run, affordable, ongoing, long-standing cooperative housing could happen on their own turf. So the students have given the university the opportunity to be proud of a very, very interesting and innovative project. The response that the university has had has been extremely mixed.
I think that this building, this site of conflict right now is a great example of how direct action can definitely work, and behind it, what led us here, what led us to be able to have the strength to occupy these buildings has always been the massive push to collective organising all the time, and not only in the way that the house is run, but in the broader campaign.
I must say that S.H.A.C has been an absolute inspiration, because this kind of direct action, taking over a house and making it your own and keeping it and operating it in fair ways, is the way of the future. And it's the way of the future not only for you, but for the NTU, for unions, and for the way society has got to run.
Housing is a right. S.H.A.C will stay and fight. Housing is a right. S.H.A.C will stay and fight. SAM. Homeless students need a roof. Think we're serious, here's our proof. Homeless students need a roof. Think we're serious, here's our proof. Homeless students need a roof. Think we're serious, here's our proof. Housing is a right, SHAC will fight. Housing is a right, SHAC will fight.
Ring the doorbell.
Think we're serious, here's our proof. Homeless students need a roof. Think we're serious, here's our proof. Homeless students need a roof. Think we're serious, here's our proof. Homeless students need a roof. Think we're serious, here's our proof.
Alright, so dear Mr Davis, the Trades Hall Building Industry Group and the Trades Hall Council wish to express support for the students currently occupying 372 to 378 Faraday Street, Carlton. This rally, or the Rally to Defend SHAC, on Friday the 28th of November, and the aims and objectives of the Student Housing Action Collective. We see SHAC as playing an important role in raising public awareness on the issue of student homelessness and student housing. SHAC also provides a valuable space for student engagement in community issues. In line with our support for SHAC, we wish to inform the University that in the event of an eviction, which we were facing today, of the Student Housing Action Collective from the premise, and in the absence of the University providing substantial amount of student-run, affordable, cooperative housing as outlined in the SHAC proposal, members of unions affiliated with Trades Hall will call an urgent meeting to give consideration to further union action. So we're just gonna...
They've run away, have they?